Oh boy, here we are. It is the day after Halloween, November 1st, and it is the day before my birthday. It's just dawned on me, this is my last day as a 17-year-old. I become 18 tomorrow. That's wild, man. Where does the time go? Dude, this is nuts. I guess we need to talk about what we did over the weekend. To kind of start this off, we didn't do much. Friday. Normally, me and Dad do something on Friday. Normally, one day. It's like 1 week we go out and eat when he comes home for lunch, and then 1 week, he has his counseling appointment, so we don't go out and eat. We usually order something in. Which this was going to be an order in week, but the appointment was earlier than normal, and he had to pick up my brother from school. So we decided that what we'd do is he'd do the appointment, we'd go get my brother, we come home, and we ordered the food, which was Dairy Queen. At Dairy Queen, cheeseburger fry, and then I got ordered a Kit Kat Blizzard, which I thought they were gone, because they were like the July Blizzard of the week. No, not the Blizzard of the week, Blizzard of the month, but on the little skip the dishes, they were still there. And they actually made it, so I don't know, I'm still gonna eat it. And if I can, Kit Kat Blizzards are gonna be my new thing. They're gonna be my thing. So like Oreo Blizzards, I'll get Oreo McFlurries instead of Oreo Blizzards. So when it comes to Blizzards, it'll be Kit Kat. McFlurries will be Oreo. So anyway, we did all that. Then me and my dad watched This Is Rampage, which was fun, and that was that. That was Friday. And then Saturday, we went out for a walk across on like the downtown along the river. I got bundled up in my dad's red coat. I had a scarf on, I had a toque on, I kept the hood up, I was wearing my mask, I had gloves if I needed them, and that was me for the day because it was really cold. Even though I was in the sun, I was still very cold. I finished the first Sword Art audiobook, and lo and behold, the second one's come out, so I got that now. I'm gonna start listening to that at some point, I guess. This will be the first time I actually have the book for the audiobook, which will be cool. So yeah. And they did the right thing, and they got the actress who played Asuna to come in and do some of them, which I'm happy for. Anyway, I finished that, listened to some podcasts, listened to the Wrestle Talk podcast, I listened to, I can't remember what else I listened to. I know I listened to the Wrestle Talk podcast. And we went out, we were just walking around, I got a jacket, like my dad's, it's like fluffy on the inside, keeps you more warm, which is what I'm definitely going to need. And we just walked, and then we had my official birthday lunch, which we celebrated on the October 30th, because we can't do it on my birthday, actually. My big birthday lunch was Memphis Blues. That wasn't the original plan. My original plan was I was going to ask Mom and Dad if on October 30th we could go to the Swiss Chalet in like Burnaby, because I wanted to try the Swiss Chalet chicken fingers. But then my dad's, when he told me that he and Mom's plan was to go downtown, I was like, oh, well, I'll just eat something downtown with them then. And I'm like, well, what's downtown that we don't go to a lot. And, Five Guys popped up, and I'm like, I don't really want to have Five Guys, because we just go there all the time. It's gonna be so busy. So, and I was thinking like an actual sit down place, right? My dad mentioned Red Robin, but I was kind of like iffy on Red Robin, really, for my birthday. And then I thought about it, I'm like, oh wait, what about Memphis Blues? We haven't gone there since like the pandemic. And I said, what about Memphis Blues? My dad was happy for it. My mom agreed. My brother doesn't get a say in the matter. Cool. We went to Memphis Blues, and I freaking was a big man. I had sausages. I had brisket, roast beef, chicken. I pretty much ate a whole basket of fries by myself. So yeah, I went to town there. And that was the day. We came back, and then I ate a majority of my Blizzard, and that was the day. That was the day. And then yesterday was nothing really. It was the stay home day. I had waffle and banana for breakfast, folded clothes, finished watching the first ever Halloween Havoc. Not the best show in the world. And then I got caught up on some YouTube stuff that I missed over the week. And yeah, then I had I tried for the first time the Triple Crown pizza from Pizza Hut, because my dad ordered Pizza Hut for like lunch/dinner, because we had dinner late. I mean, we had breakfast late. Breakfast was at like 10:30, and then dinner was at like 4:30. Which I had some Triple Crown, which is pepperoni, green peppers, and mushrooms, and it's actually very good. So yeah, the Triple Crown pizza from Pizza Hut. I give it a stamp of approval. I had one big piece and then two little pieces because I was starving, and that was it. That was really it. I watched. I'm gonna start watching now The Last Detective, with Peter Davison. So that's a new show to add to the watch list. Yesterday was Halloween, of course. Nothing big. We didn't get any trick-or-treaters, thank God. A lot of fireworks were going off at night, though. So, can assume people were very happy for Halloween. Yeah. And that was the weekend, really. Now we're here, November 1st. My last day as a 17-year-old. And I am here. Talking about, well, whatever. Just talking about my weekend right now. Anyway. On to the news. On to the news. And the news is, well, there's actually quite a lot of news this time, which I'm glad for. So, over this past week started watching, well, not watching, I listened to the Tony Nese interview with Chris Van Vliet. And there was a lot of stuff there that I picked up on. I started watching that on Thursday? I think it was Thursday, yeah. Yes, it was Thursday, because Thursday was the rainy, gloomy day, and that's the day where whenever it's super cold, and it's raining, and it's dark outside, that's usually when I'm depressed. So it was a depressing day where I was mad about my body again on that day because of the weather. And we went out and we got Chinese food, the pork and rice from the Chinese place near us. We went out and got that. So I was listening to the Tony Nese interview while we were doing that, and I got a lot of stuff from it. So some stuff Tony Nese said he did a bunch of tryouts, but they kept telling him, hey, you're never actually gonna get signed here, For the Cruiserweight Classic, his name wasn't initially called. They didn't initially call him for the Cruiserweight Classic, but after talking to William Regal, he's like, hey, I didn't get called for the Classic. Regal pretty much told him in a nice way, yeah, you weren't considered. He had a match at an Evolve show that Regal was there for. Regal then said, hey, do you care what you do? And he's like, no, I just want to be in it. And then he got put in the Cruiserweight Classic. He talked about how for that initial first period of the cruiserweights, where they were like on Raw for like a segment, that he, Davari, Drew Gulak, like those guys were not signed. It was just WWE would call them. It was like a per appearance type deal for them, and they didn't get signed until like much later. It's like that entire time I kept thinking, oh, these are the guys that they've signed. No, these are just guys that they call up. Like, what the hell, man? That's so weird to me that they weren't signed during that period. It was like the only guys who were signed was like probably TJP, Cedric Alexander, Brian Kendrick, and maybe a couple. I don't even know anymore because I thought those guys were all signed, but apparently they weren't. And then he talked about 205 Live, the big fish. Yeah, we know all about 205 Live, where he said, Triple H's original plan was it was going to be that same little NXT type venue. It was going to be a bit like AEW is now, with brackets and statistics and all that type of stuff. But then Vince got his hands on it, and it became, what it became. He talked about how their instructions on 205 Live was just, go out and wrestle. Because he said no one cared. So, yeah. He also said he preferred doing main event matches than 205 Live matches, because main event matches the crowd actually cared. So that's all for those are like the big stuff I got from that Tony Nese interview. Bray Wyatt is free man now. He's a free man. He can go wherever he wants now. He'll probably go to Impact. Be cool to see him in AEW, but he's probably going to Impact. But Bray Wyatt's non-compete clause is done. He is Wyndham now. Wyndham. And he is a free man, which is great. Goldberg has one more match. One more match on his contract. And I hopefully never have to see this decrepit old piece of crap ever again. Please go away, Bill. Go away. We don't want you here. Please go. Please go. We have details, so moving away from wrestling news for a bit. We're talking about some Doctor Who news. Doctor Who returned yesterday on Halloween with The Flux Part 1, The Halloween Apocalypse. I haven't seen it. Probably will watch it later on today. But in other Doctor Who news, specifically Big Finish news, the second volume of The Lone Centurion, which is their spin-off with Rory, where it's like this is what Rory did during like those years where he was protecting Amy in the Pandorica. They have updated the little listing for it. It still has the generic picture, but the story and all that has changed. So the title now says The Lone Centurion Volume 2, Camelot. Like, that's the name of this box set, Camelot. And the stories now have a synopsis. So, and the cast list. There's an actual cast list now. We have the backstage dates, the production credits, like all the credits and stuff has been revealed. So we're going to go through this. So the first one is The Once and Future Nurse, written by Alfie Shaw. It says, Camelot is in trouble. Lancelot is wounded, and Merlin warns that dark times are ahead. The wizard's convinced that the solution lies in the mythical Pandorica. Meanwhile, Lancelot owes his life to a humble servant named Rory. The second one is called The Glowing Warrior by Tim Foley. It says, Arise, Sir Rory. Every new knight must embark upon a quest, and soon Sir Rory, with his noble squire Lancelot, will head out to solve the mystery of the glowing knight and save a damsel in distress. But are they walking into a trap? And then the final one is called The Last King of Camelot by Kate Thorman. I keep thinking it's Kate Orman, but it's not. Camelot is under attack. Arthur and Guinevere have fled, and Merlin's direst prophecies have come true. Can Rory prevent the kingdom falling? So, this was recorded on the 16th, 18th, and 20th of November last year, and it comes out in February. They have been sitting on this for that long, man. What the hell? But we have the cast list. Of course, we have Rory, played by Arthur Darvill, Mordred is in this, and he's played by Tom Alexander. You have Alexander Vlahos there. You couldn't get him to play Mordred. Merlin is played by Richard Clifford. I don't know who he is. Guinevere is played by, I don't even know how to say this name, Luyanda Unati Lewis Niawao. Okay. King Arthur is played by Sam Stafford. Lancelot is played by Hugh Skinner, who they have a picture of. Right there. Yeah, and then production credits. Script editor. Oh, James Goss is in charge of this. So Scott Hancock and James Goss are the guys in charge of the Lone Centurion stuff. Wow. And that's all the news there. That's all the news there. So now, I guess, because it's the first of the month, like legitimately the beginning of the month, I guess we can go over what Big Finish has coming up. They have the Ninth Doctor Volume 3 coming out with the Cybermen story. We have Torchwood, the Red List with Ace is going to be in that. Volume 2 of Jenny, the Doctor's Daughter. We have the 12th Doctor Chronicles, Volume 2, Time Jacked, with Jacob Dedman playing the 12th Doctor. And that's really all we got announced for November for them. So, quite a bit of stuff here for Doctor Who. So I'm liking that. And then when you go to the news section, nothing new, other than the fact that there is a sale going on for a unit. But I'm not a huge unit guy. And that's it for Doctor Who news. Continuing on, Big Damo showed up in ICW. I watched ICW yesterday, and Big Damo showed up. And he challenged Andy Weil to a match at Fear and Loathing in November 21st, I believe, is the date. So that's exciting for me. I really hope I can watch the show. Like, I hope the network shows it. That'd be awesome if it did. So I'm hoping. John Moxley made a book. The book came out. And one of the big things that came out of it was what he said about Kevin Dunn. So I'm going to read it from the book, what he said about Kevin Dunn. He has said this. Apparently he and Kevin Dunn got into an argument. And he said that Kevin Dunn then went to the rest of the office and said that he didn't think that Moxley gave a significant apology. And Moxley wasn't called in and told to apologize to him again, which he then did. Moxley then said this, and we're quoting here. The reality in a place like WWE is that one comment, one little seed planted by a guy in Kevin Dunn's position can be extremely detrimental to someone's future there. That's a lot of power, and that power breeds ego. Connecticut, old rich boys club ego. I've heard all kinds of stories about guys messing with people's careers, but this isn't that kind of book. Suffice to say, that guy is an F-bag. Maybe this is that kind of book. No. But for real, don't even get me started on, no, this is not that kind of book. F Kevin Dunn. Yeah, well, we all feel about that about Kevin Dunn anyway, Mr. John Moxley. So, thank you for coming out and saying it. And then the final one, which this news I just got it today. I started listening to the Deadlock podcast. And DPW is a thing. DPW is an actual thing. And I'm on the Twitter right now. Yeah, this is unfreaking believable, man. They talked about it all the time, you know, like the DPW would eventually happen, but I didn't expect it to happen this soon. So Deadlock is now running a show in December 11th. They're going to be running DPW Fire tapings with actual wrestlers. You can actually buy tickets to go to this show. It's an actual wrestling show. Like, what? What? Like, they're actually doing it. And then they're running a pay-per-view in January. Like, wow. Dude, this is mind-boggling. They said, thankfully, that DPW Fire will be on YouTube, which is great. I'll watch it. And then they're doing an event, a big event in January. They never said pay-per-view. It said big event, but I'm assuming it's a pay-per-view. Hopefully, I'm going to try and swindle Dad into buying that. Maybe I can get Dad to watch the DPW Fire stuff, too. But, dude, this is awesome. I'm so happy for the boys. They're really coming up in the world, man. So, that's awesome. That is really awesome. Like, wow. All right, well, that's it for the news. Well, there is a big piece of news that we are going to talk about, but it deserves its own little seg. So, what do I talk about? Other than the fact that I'm turning 18 tomorrow. Oh, my God. I don't know what I got planned for my birthday. I plan to wake up, make myself a breakfast. Because of my birthday, I'm not going to care. I'm just going to do whatever. I'm going to make myself a big breakfast. I normally don't eat breakfast anymore because of how I feel about my body. But you know what? Screw it. It's my birthday. I'm entitled to eat what I want and do what I want on that day. So I'm going to make myself eggs. I'm going to make myself sausages and home fries. I'm going to do the whole thing. Screw it. My birthday. And then I have to go to the pediatrician at 11. That'll be fun. That's great. On my last birthday last year, I had to go to the dentist. And now this year I got to go to a freaking doctor. That's great. Then I'm gonna, after that, have a big lunch. Don't care. Probably gonna be like chicken nuggets and fries or whatever at Grandpa. I'm gonna snack on whatever the hell I want. And I'm gonna have butter chicken for my dinner. My parents have already said, for dinner, it's whatever I want. I'm gonna have butter chicken. And I'm gonna finish that blizzard off. That is the day. That is the day. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch whatever the hell I want, man. I can do whatever I want on my birthday tomorrow. So I'm great. I'm grand, man. I'm happy about that. And I guess I'm not getting a cake because I don't like cake. If I were to get a cake, it would have been the Dairy Queen Oreo Blizzard cake because that's just ice cream. And speaking of ice cream, let's talk about that because I've been talking about blizzards and cake and all that. How about ice cream? Ice cream. What's the best ice cream? To me, I'm a vanilla and chocolate guy. I'm real simple. Just vanilla, just chocolate, whatever. I don't really care. I'm not picky with my ice cream. Yeah, I'm more vanilla chocolate. I tried strawberry chocolate. It's not my thing. I mean, strawberry ice cream, not my thing. I like Spumoni from like Spaghetti Factory. That's really good. Like the mint, that's cool. But yeah. And now I think it's time. We're talking about the big news. Big thing. The big thing. ROH and their hiatus. So ROH is going to be going on a hiatus after December, after Final Battle. This is because they haven't brought fans in ever since they've come back. And it's kind of bit them in the ass because they're not actually making a lot of money. And they've been paying, they're doing the right thing. They've still been paying their talent, but that's biting them because they're not making this money back with tickets for their shows. So they're taking the first 3 months of 2022 off, and they will be back in April with Death Before Dishonor. But until then, they're going on hiatus. They're going to do a final run of tapings for November, which will run them through Final Battle, and then we are done with ROH until April of next year, where they will do Death Before Dishonor and come back And they're going to be running a lot different now, because now they're no longer contracting talent. They've said that they will now be doing like what PWG does, which is they say, can you work this show? Yes, we'll pay you for the show type thing. They're going to be like like how PWG runs, essentially. And what about all the contracts they have currently? Well, they have released everyone who is contracted to them. They're all free to do whatever they want now. We've seen this with some people. Bandito, the freaking world champ, he's going to be on some GCW shows. The Briscoes are going to challenge for the GCW tag belts. This just opens up the fact now that they've let contracts go, Roosh and Dragon Lee are going to go into AEW and meet up with Andrade. Yeah, it's crazy, man. A lot of people are seeing this as like the death of Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor will never come back. They never said that we're done. They just said we're taking a break. But yeah, this has shown a lot of people being like, oh yeah, ROH is dead. And people are like, what's your favorite memory of ROH? It's like, ROH isn't going anywhere. It's just taking a break for like the first 3 months, and then it'll come back. It'll just operate like a PWG. So yeah. But yeah, that's the state of ROH. Their tape library is also up for grasps apparently right now. Imagine AEW buying that. If WWE buys it, that's gonna suck. But it will be cool because it'll be on the network and I have all this ROH stuff to then watch. But I think AEW would handle it a lot better. They definitely would handle it a lot better. I don't know what this means also for their tape library with their Honor Club subscription service, because that's their subscription service, right? The Honor Club. Like how Impact has Impact Plus and WWE has the WWE Network. New Japan's got New Japan Worlds, DDT Universe, all that type of stuff. Honor Club is their like subscription streaming service. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that, because that's where all their stuff is currently. So I don't know what happens with that. Yeah. And in other minor news, just to end this off, Tony Khan has said that they are building up AEW's library, so that way eventually they can go on a streaming service. So, but I think we knew that. And that's really what I got for this time. That's it. We did a big chunk of news. Talked about ROH. Wish them best. And yeah. That's all I got for us today. So, don't know how to end this. I guess I'll end this by saying that this is the last time, now talking to myself, that you're gonna hear me as a 17-year-old, man. We're gonna officially be an adult tomorrow. This is scary. I am scared. I'm not ready for the responsibilities. This is our last day as a 17-year-old. I'm not ready for the responsibilities. Now I have to act all mature and shit. This is not ready. I'm not ready for this. But man, we weren't ready for high school. And we did it. We did do it. And we were scared to do YouTube, and we're doing it. Not full time yet, but like as a job, but we'll hopefully get there. And hopefully whatever the future holds for us, it's gonna be exactly as the past has been. Which has been, yes, there's been downs. Absolutely. But there's been some tremendous ups as well. So, here's to the future, man. We're going 18. Here we go.